mbukeli nikubonile ke ukudla okwenziwe ngumpheki wethu ke kule veki ngicertain ke ukuthi nina ekhaya ke manikuzama nizokuthokozela namhlanje ke sibuyile kwakhona at the Spekko kitchen siphethe ubude abamiza ukuthi uLinzwe Bhengu ilana ke uzobe senzela ke ukudla komnandi and I'm certain ukuthi in the past 2 weeks he's been enjoying some of the wonderful dishes he's been preparing. Buddy?
Yebo.
Unjani?
Ngiyaphila njani Cindy?
We're back again.
Thank you for having me again.
Wonderful stuff. Valentine was awesome.
Yeah, Saydlulile.
Saydlulile is done. You know, manje ke sifuna ukuba siqhubeke sazi ukuthi this week what are you bringing us using Spekko Rice?
Ngicabanga this week asenze ama meals are based around imince. Ngoba ngiyazi ukuthi ekhaya sonke siyayithanda imince, ishibhili idliwa nombani futhi yabona. Exactly. So we've got 2 dishes namhlanje, mince and walnut pie.
Oh.
And then esibili ngizoyenza ngicabanga ngenze i3 cheese lasagna.
You're talking my language. When you say cheese, I say yes.
Nazo-ke.
Okay, so but in the you noticeile ne uthi senza i-walnut pie we're using the mince. Last time I guess I said some cashew nuts into our dish. So it seems to me that when you uyayithanda nje into any crunch in your meal.
I believe a lot in ukwenza ufaka i-texture edleni kwakho. Kuna be smooth or ube rough or yabona emlomeni wakho. Just to have fun nokudla. Yabo lonto.
Okay, so this is what we're doing. So I'm excited. I'm seeing feta cheese, feta cheese. Tell me, what are the ingredients we're going to be using for our walnut pie?
Okay, basically we have mincemeat. We've got our long grain parboiled rice. Spekko, obviously. Sino anyanisi, no garlic, no thyme. Nakhona futhi sofaka and the feta cheese, obviously. So we bone feta cheese.
Yes,
and then ngaphezulu sisprinkle nje ama walnuts. I'm gonna put that extra crunch. And then ngaphakathi nemince sinale spinach food. So it's a healthy meal as well.
Okay, so I'm loving this, and of course, brother and sister, salt and pepper, always coming to the party.
Never leave it out. Never leave it out. Always in the party for me.
Okay, so that's our first dish. The second dish, Yona, lasagna.
Lasagna and no cheese abatatu. About 3 cheese. Nazoge. Sine parmesan, sine feta, and cottage cheese.
Okay, those are like common cheese. Abantu bakhona ukuthi basithola futhi itolo.
Swajwayele kuma saladi, kodwa manje sokufaka edleni kwethu. Yabona senza tomato sauces, ne mince food nakhona, and obviously Spekko parboiled long grain rice.
Parboiled rice. Okay, so and of course we've got our mincemeat and the mushroom.
Yes, if
mushroom. Okay, I'm looking forward to this, and I see this color in our first dish with a bit of that green. I love spinach.
It's gonna help actually just keep the rice together, along with the cheese as well. Okay. Split everywhere.
Okay, we are showing show. Grab your pens and papers and tell us some of those details that you do not want to be missing out as uLinzwe is preparing his yummy dishes. Some of these wonderful dishes will be available on the Spekko website, or can you get yourself the latest copy of A Move magazine next Sunday Sun. But as pack it, please. Okay. In fact, I'll pack.
Cindy. For the mince and walnut pie, there's 2 sections to this. It's first the crust, which I'm going to make with my rice, which I've already cooked. I've got an egg beaten, and I've got also my feta cheese. I'm going to crumble the feta cheese, combine it with the eggs, and combine it with the rice, and form a crust in my baking tray. I'm going to bake this off at 180 degrees for 10 minutes. The next section to this will be the filling for the pie. I start off with my mincemeat, which I'm going to brown in a hot pan with some oil, with some onions, a little bit of garlic and some thyme. Combine together with my spinach. Saute this off and brown it off for about 10 minutes. Once that's done, I set it aside for about 10 minutes and let it cool down. In a bowl, I'm going to mix my cool down mince ingredients and also a mixture of milk and my flour. Together with more feta cheese, this is now going to form a paste and combine all together. Once the crust is finished off baking for 10 minutes in the oven, I take it outside and let it cool for 10 minutes. All my mixture ingredients in the bowl, I'm now going to add on top of my crust and lay it all nice and fine until it's nice and smooth on top. I'm going to bake this, put back in the oven at 180 degrees and bake it until it's firm for 45 minutes. Mese upie wami qedile ukubhaka e-oven ngiyawukhipha ngaphandle. Awu I'm sure manje usunuka kamnandi. Thatha ama walnuts wami ngiwasprinklishe ngaphezulu nje. Awu sekuqedile ke. I've enjoyed making it. I hope you at home also enjoy eating it. This is a very simple and easy process how to make a 3-cheese lasagna. Basically, we're not using pasta, we're using rice, obviously. The first step in this process is to cook your Spekko long grain rice. Once that is done, in a frying pan, heat up some oil and fry off some mincemeat. Once that's fried off and you brown it off nicely, and let it cool on the side. Add in your mushrooms. And the next thing goes your tomato sauce. Now it's time for the fun part. You get your baking dish, and you line it with some butter or some oil, and now the fun part starts where you start layering everything. You've got your rice at the bottom, the next thing goes your mince, and then again with your tomato sauce. The next thing goes the first layer of cheese, and then again with your mince, and then more cheese, and you keep on repeating this process until you reach the last top, which has to be cheese. And there you'll have your 3-cheese lasagna. Once you finish layering phezulu, wafaka no cheese ngaphezulu wakho, bake oven at 180 degrees for 30 minutes. Who knew you could make a lasagna using Spekko long grain parboiled rice?
Mbugele, we've reached that part of the evening where we get to see as well as to taste ukudla okwenza kumpheki wethu ke. Mangabe wena ke ungathanda ukuthi usebenzise one of these wonderful recipes ezenziwe nguLinzwe, I'll tell you some of those details towards the end. Linzwe?
Yes.
Hi. This is looking wonderful.
Does it get your thumbs
yummy.
up?
And you know, I wish people could just get smell-o-vision, eh?
Yeah.
So you can just actually smell this. This is, you know, smelling absolutely divine. For our lasagna as well as our walnut and spinach pie wenze in.
Okay, lena walnut and spinach pie ungakhohlwa ukuthi senze feta cheese eqaleni with the rice as a base. So bake off oven and then ngaphezulu sabrana off mince yethu safaka ne-onions ne-garlic ne-thyme lapha ne-spinach sakupheka sakucombine ne-crust yethu. Enta lapha ngafaka some more spinach
on top
ngafaka e-oven. Ngabake for about half an hour yakhumbula.
Yebo.
Mase ngikhipha that sprinkle some walnuts.
Just the egg garnishing and then extra crunch, you know, as when it's kakhulu. And ukhumbule ke rice yakho uyayipheka ungathathi rice yakho uyibeke ezibhesi ihlanganise angeke kulunge uzothola double the crunch. And then for lasagna yethu putwami,
our lasagna ukhumbule ukuthi it's a 3-cheese lasagna. Sisebenzisa i-feta cheese lo ethanda kakhulu ne-cottage ne-parmesan ngaphezulu. Yeah, nakhona futhi ne-mince and cooked rice ngezansi. And then all I do is ngifaka to layer the tomato sauce, ngathi mince, ngathi cheese, ngaphinda futhi. I want as much as you have. Yeah, kube stays.
Yeah, but if uneste case siyaphezulu hayi ukuthi uyenza kanjani. And you know, just tell us something about this dish, which is quite great.
Okay. Basically the rice is gluten-free. But I did add a little bit of flour here. You don't have to add flour if you want to go full on
your gluten. Sauce.
Yeah, the sauce, yeah. But you don't have to add the flour. Still is a bambala shape if you did. I mean, I was just making for ababugele kaya just to be sure ukuthi yabambeka and yabona nje njani manje.
Okay, so this is perfect for a gluten-free diet. Okay, this is awesome stuff. I really can't wait to actually get tasting.
Should we dig in?
Yes.
Okay, mina ngiqala lana mina.
Okay. And then we'll swipe again afterwards. Ooh, I just want to get that bit of that crunch from the cheese. Hlanganise futhi ne-rice.
Mina ngicela ukuhamba nale ngekhaya nayo.
Zama nawe ngiyifuna.
Okay.
This is absolutely delicious. You know, and it's so flavorsome. I'm getting a bit of that sauce, the tomato-based sauce.
It mustn't be dry.
And it's not. It's nice and succulent.
That's why the cottage cheese is still a little bit loose and wet. It forms part of the sauce with the tomato sauce. It's a bit dry.
I mean, cheese heavy like that. Oh,
swap in. All right.
Yes. So I can actually taste a bit of that. And if when I get our tender nuts, it's okay. You can actually just omit that part out, right?
Yeah, you can.
And then you tender, you get spinach.
Spinach.
I'm confused. I don't know which. Like, This is absolutely delicious. Angazi ukuthi ngakhetha ini between the two.
If you're a cheese lover, you want to be
That's
here.
the one.
Yeah.
But I can even live without the the cheese even in this one.
Nah, man, guys. But it's a good thing about Bugele Kaya. Have the recipes, they can make both.
They can make both, ne?
Yeah,
Hey, no kumnandi podwami. And the lovely thing that I like about this, you are showing Ababugela Makaya ukuthi how you can actually use rice and mince yako.
Yes.
Yeah. And actually quite affordable too, because our ingredients are corner. Okay, but Twami, this is absolutely wonderful. Well done to you.
Yeah, well, cool.
Big up. Okay, next week is the corner inside the Spekko kitchen. If you would love to get yourself some of these wonderful recipes, I suggest you get yourself the latest copy of Move magazine as well as a Sunday Sun, and this is where you're going to actually see and try out some of these wonderful recipes. Ekaya, if you'd like to actually enter the Caterer of the Year competition in 2014, those details will be appearing on your screen shortly. And all the best to everyone who's going to be entering. Vincent?
Yes.
Okay. From now, Cindy, as well as Ulinzwe, Bengu City. Happy cooking.
Happy cooking.
Hi, Ulinzwe. Bye-bye.